All right, looks like there's no love for the bearded picker this morning. What the hell? The entire group said, you know what, Beard, we're out. All right. You want to be famous? Okay. You just want to be delusional with me? Uh, there is there's the link in the chat. If somebody wants to join me. Um, Victoria, there you go. Green Dragon. So, for those you don't know, Adventures Victoria, she does an early morning show most days of the week, and it went off the rails as usual this morning with Pot Talk. And I told her that I wanted to be sponsored by Green Dragon. This was when I was doing all my traveling. This was one of the first dispensaries that I went to, and they were really cool. I liked the name, so I got me and Jacob both a T-shirt. Jacob actually wore his to high school. I guess whenever pot's not legal in North Carolina, they didn't know what the hell. Hey, good morning, Larry. Like quite a lot of people. Jay, Ron, I just checked ESPN. I was hoping that y'all lost last night because y'all were in a pretty good game, and unfortunately, y'all won. Sad. Don't worry, we're gonna win tonight, and the SEC is gonna be us. So, the state of reselling this morning. I'm in a couple of Facebook groups. I don't know why I'm still in these groups. I need to just unsubscribe from them so I don't see them, even though I'll still be in the groups. It's amazing that so many people come into reselling. I mean, we spend our time as, most people watch this show. I've been told over and over. If somebody has a new reseller, I don't send them to you yet, Scott, because you're generally more advanced topics. And I get that. We'll answer any question if there are new folks here. Man, RG slot, you may put on an Alabama hat so you know where you're at. There you go, RG. Just so RG, just so you know, you're going to lose tonight in Coleman Coliseum. Roll Tide. We you guys, you see these prices, especially on eBay and Amazon. I ruined your morning. Damn right. Make sure you get a good picture. There you go. You live in this state. You get a ton of Alabama every day. Yeah, I'm going back to managing. No, this is the scary part, Mike. Those same people who used to work for me at restaurants seem to have found their way over to eBay, and it's awful. We worry about why these people price like they do and why all the craziness. So don't worry. On my phone, oh good, my phone just told me that I'm live. Yes. I've got 10 things, 10 examples of questions. This was my favorite. Let me actually find the post. Oh my god, it's number one. This person's gonna be number one. I don't even care if they know that I found their posts and are making fun of them. Actually, it's not really making fun of. I'm scared for. I'm scared for us as resellers, and I'm scared for them as well because you can't start out this way. You would think people would do some research and understand, hey, I'm starting something new. I might want to do some reading to make sure that man, I forget how many of these comments that I have looked through. It is, if y'all give me like 15 seconds. Somebody in the chat talk a lag, distract the chat for like another 11 seconds. Okay. You got to be ready for this because this is hey Jacob, good morning, buddy. Here we go. I'm new to the group and new to eBay. I've sold 15 items and there's so much I don't understand. Can you help? I'm totally confused about shipping. I have just been having the buyer pay and then purchasing the label. I don't understand where the extra money that the seller has paid but was not needed for shipping goes. Does the label I print ever change in price once at the post office? Is there a better way to handle shipping? I'm assuming a store is different from just an individual selling. Will someone please explain the pros and cons? Fees, ugh. I don't understand the process, so it's been hard for me to get a clear picture of profit. I've been in sales for years, but not in this format, so clarity is needed. I mean, how do you start how do you start an eBay business? Because there are hobbyists, but this person has clearly said, hey, this is a business. How do you start not knowing the rules, not doing any kind of research? Shipping is the hardest thing to learn by far. Anybody can go out there and just find stuff. Well, I say that, and there's going to be one down here. You're going to look just like the thumbnail and go, it gives you a headache. I wish these people would find this show, which people think is a little more advanced. I'll give you the correct answers. If not, I will point you in the right direction. Okay, and so give them credit for one you understand. Does the price of the label change? I mean, some of it's just, does the price of the label change when you get to the post office? If you pay at the post office, it does. I stood in line at the post office yesterday behind a lady who had, and this is just normal life that people don't understand. If you pay for shipping online, she paid for half online and half she had like 30 items. So I had to wait for her to get like 10 of them done. You paid an extra 30% because you don't understand pirate ship. I have Scream. Mr. Postcard is here. Good morning, Mark. Well, he's partially. Oh, damn, he's gone. Shipping is hard enough as it is, much less if you pay for the shipping at the post office. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your money. It is. That's why you have to understand and be willing to go. Look at that person so far down at the bottom. You might want to you got to be willing to go, I'm not going to match their price because, and Amazon's the same way. Amazon, you'll see a ton of, that's why Keepa is so important. What is Keepa? What is one of the best things Keepa does? It tells you how much inventory they've got. It really allows you to see, if I'm pricing this thing, if I want $15 for an item, but there's a person that's at $9.99, but they've got one, I ain't matching that. I will wait the extra whatever it is to, say an item, because people will tell you how many drops. So say an item drops 50 times in a month and they've got one and they're the only person below you, why would you match that person? You'll go look at them and they've got like 2 feedback, 3 feedback just launched, because they don't understand that when you list merchant fulfilled, Amazon shows you the lowest price, but Amazon doesn't count shipping. So they probably had $4.99 shipping and they were trying to match the $15, but they clicked on Amazon, match the $9.99. There's so much to learn how people jump into this and don't do any kind of reading, research, watch a couple of videos, but they see everybody wants to show you the good times. They show you the videos of, I made $1 million. They show you the videos of, I went to Walmart and bought Monopoly games. I made thousands of dollars. That's what you get. There's a reason why I quit making those videos for the most part. I'll show you what I find and tell you what it's worth. But, the big headlines, it's real popular on the eBay side, especially really, really popular. They go look at the ones who do really well on eBay videos and yard sale videos, and go look at their thing and go, well, I'd be damned. They have found in the last 15 videos, they found 13 Holy Grails. Holy Grail item in the arrow. Holy Grail item. It is absolute clickbait. And, as long as people are going to fall for it, I guess I'll keep doing it. It's so how are you this morning, Mark?
I'm doing good. Where's the team?
So all we got from Steve was that I've got something I got to take care of. I can't make it in the morning. So I could tell you what happened. He didn't explain, but I'm gonna go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. Steve's doing DoorDash. You know, he's doing his best, and you know he's been trying to extra income to get them out of their situation. And so Marcia went on a ride along a couple times, and Marcia goes, "We can make double the money if we both do it." That seems reasonable, right? They denied Marcia quite a few times, and Marcia couldn't figure out why until she really looked at her driver's license and realized her driver's license is 6 months out of date.
Oops.
You know, you can't allow somebody to drive for you with an expired driver's license.
No.
They just kept telling her ID was no good. Her ID was no good. She didn't figure out why. The only reason I know this, and this is not a secret, she put it on Facebook this morning, so it's public knowledge. And so the state of Ohio, the wonderful state of Ohio, you know, it is for the it's a middle of the road state for the most part. If you're over 6 months expired, not only do they make you take the written test, you have to take the driving test again. So she's passed the written. So she's taken, I think Marcia's taking the driving test. How many years have you been driving that they're making you retake a driver's test?
Mine actually comes up this year. I looked at it in Illinois. I can redo mine online because I haven't got any tickets this year.
See, Alabama is, they'll let you do every other one online. So I guess that after 10 years, they want you to update your picture, but so that you can do every other one online. So, like for the most part, you know, you just, that's why if they want to pull you over, you don't need a license, just run from the cops.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Mr. Sadie said hello. Everybody, hello if I missed you. So.
Yeah, but I've been reading this postmark, and so I made a list of all the stuff. So if somebody gets a negative, not as described, and he said their big point this is number 2, their big point in the thing was, I described it as primitive style, the item. What in the fuck is primitive style?
I know at the auctions they call tables full of primitives, which are small little things is what he calls them, but
you can't. I've got this Funko Pop. It's primitive style. What does that mean? You've got to explain what it looks like. You know, it accurately describe. He's missing his box. He's got a scratch on his ass. Whatever. You know, be very specific. Don't your terms. You know, that's what I tell everybody. You can't say immaculate, excellent, perfect. Those things for the most part, because you know what I think. I can look at a postcard, and I got a bunch of them now. And Mark looks at it, and we grade it completely different. He's the professional with postcards. I just bought them at an estate sale. What do I know about it? So he would tell you, he would be much more, you know, the postcard's got a slight crease, this got to this, and I would be much better off following his lead and doing he uses a scanner, so he's got great pictures. It shows every crease. It does. When you put it through a scanner, it doesn't hide anything. When you take a picture of it, the light can shade some of the stuff and you might not see it. And so, you know, the more accurate and
so a lot of people take postcards, Scott, like a lot of sports card people come over to postcards and they just go absolutely ape crap because the standards for sports cards, the edges, the centering is just huge. Okay. On postcards, these things are made to be mailed. They've been mailed.
Right.
And when you list them, it doesn't tell you everything. You know what my titles are most of the time? Postcard and what's on the card.
Right.
And if there's a corner tear, I'll put corner tear. That's it. But I have a standard condition statement that's in my template. So if there's a slight crease in one side of it, I don't call it out. But if it's a pretty good crease, I'll call it out. Maybe I'll start using primitive crease.
Yeah. Actually, this was so Porcelain Princess. A viewer actually sent this to me. Talking about I was in the store the other day and found you on a Funko Pop and sent it. And I'm like, damn, that is me. Down to the AR. Do I need to go get a gun?
What is the little things on his face? The little lines going down.
It's the gray and a beard.
Oh, okay. Did you color that in?
No, it's like that.
Oh,
I got the box right somewhere. There it is. His name is Helsinki from something called La Casa de Papel. But see, no, the gray's there on the box, so I didn't color it in.
okay.
Yeah. So let's a primitive corner tear. That's it. So let's see. So here's the next one. This is the best one. So if you do eBay and you do weekly payouts, you know the payout day is Tuesday. Most time the money shows up on Thursday. If depends on what your bank. He says, "Odd, I got paid on Monday. Has anybody else ever had this where they got paid a day early?" All the comments just roasted this dude. It's Tuesday, dumbass. I got paid early. It's Monday. And somebody put on there, did you drink away Monday? Is that what happened?
I was in a conversation just yesterday. People were talking about payouts and stuff. And I said, you guys are missing the point. To get a payout, the key thing is you got to sell something. You're not going to get a payout if you don't sell anything.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And they were just going back and forth and stuff. So, and I forgot where it was, another chat.
I will give this person kind of a break a little bit because as a reseller, one of the hardest things to do is, especially in non-yard sale season, which is we're coming into it again. It is hard to keep up what day it is. I mean, I miss days, but I generally know when Monday is because that's the big shipping day. Most time you're shipping on Monday, unless it's a holiday. But yeah, so yeah, they roasted that guy pretty good. I'll give them that. Then the next one. This person is celebrating the fact that look at all this free stuff I got. Even though it has a slow sell through, would y'all have taken it? That's what makes death piles, folks. That's what makes, unless you've gotten okay, so my answer will be different. I might take it. If I think it'll get any money or any value at the auction, I'll be done with it. But, if you already know something is a slow seller, do you have room to store this? There's people that do this stuff in an apartment in New York City. What's your storage situation? The goal, how many people think the goal is to have the more listings you have on eBay, you win? Mark thinks that because Mark sells postcards. It is a numbers game in postcard. But for most people, the more inventory you've got, RG, which flea market do you go to? That's one of the things I've been thinking about is doing more flea markets this year, especially on Sundays. I think Mountaintop is a good Sunday flea market. So,
Scott, with the sell-through rate, you've always talked about that. So in my videos, I put out with the sell-through rate of cards, and I can't compare postcards to toasters and bread makers or clothes. Right. You got to do it one for one. So they were asking me to I had this information, I just use it and I've never shared it. So I put it out in my Ko-Fi store, which is like buy me a coffee for free. There's a whole document out there of sell-through rates. And I went through all 50 states, a whole bunch of stuff. Like Alabama is a 6% sell-through rate. The average for a postcard is about 4 or 5. Did you know Texas horn toads, 47%? Bolo. So if you find horny toads.
So what about? So let me guess. Halloween cards have a crazy sell-through.
I don't even consider Halloween cards, RPPCs, the real photo cards.
Right.
Some of those are outliers because they just throw the average off. Halloween cards are crazy, but there's so many fakes, reprints.
So here, how do you know when you've listened to me way too much? This is how you know. At garage sales, you buy primitives with a 500% sell-through rate. Outstanding. Yeah. But the problem I have with all this is there's so much.
Black cat, pumpkin.
Oh yeah, that one is
the witch. That's
cool. I like that one.
These are about $30 to $40. I paid 18 cents for them.
Yeah, those are, even when I've bought lots of postcards, there'll be Christmas and stuff. There's hardly ever a Halloween. Hardly ever.
They're very picked through, and people know what they are. But black cats, pumpkins, ghosts, and moons, witches, and there's also an Easter witch.
So if you've got a pumpkin witch, that's a double.
Yeah. So I don't even deal with them.
Queens Tom asked, "Are they posted? You got those up on eBay, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got those up.
Yeah, I take offers on stuff like this. They're posted. This one's 1911. This one's 1910. The witch. This one's got a little bit of cancel through it, but they come out of an album at an estate at an auction. He said there was 2, and I found 4.
So they're saying you need to work on your margins. 18 cents to 40 is that good enough?
Yeah, I could probably eat on that.
Okay, he can eat on that. All right. So the problem is, are these people getting bad information, or they just don't know? It's probably a combination. All right. So next up, I found this. This is one of my favorite. You see this one a lot. I found this at a thrift store for $30. I hope I didn't pay too much. What do you think? How do you buy something and not know what you're going to sell it? The part of the evaluation process is, what is it worth? You've got a computer in your hands. This in 1969, if they'd have had this, we'd have colonized the moon by now. They could have sent a whole fleet to the moon, and we'd be building buildings. A Texas Instrument was strong enough to send us to the moon, and you're at a yard sale with a computer, a mainframe computer in your hand, and can't figure out the value of something.
Yep.
But Carol, I'm a normal person, just like, okay, well, I'm not very normal. Primitive style, primitives means nothing to me. Tell me the flaws. Tell me what it is. Don't tell me it's primitive style. You can't assume that your buyer or people that are looking at your items have any clue what you mean.
Like with postcards and stuff, they're looking at a flat picture. And someone says, well, you need to do more pictures. I said, well, I try to do the side views, but the card keeps falling over. Mm-hmm. You get 2 pictures and they're going to buy it. But some of the things I see people, they just, I don't know where they come from, Scott. So
they said Oklahoma's mascot is the horny toad. So you've got the university and the state of So but didn't you say Texas or just horny toads in general?
It's Texas horn toad is the one
the Texas horn toad.
I call them horny toads. So
the horny toad. He said the horny toad is Oklahoma. Are you Todd? I'm gonna have to look that up. No, RG, I'm not normal. Sorry.
Yeah. Every time I get one, it sells. So,
all right. So next one, this person got a negative feedback and they couldn't believe it. They shipped the meltable and the customer complained that it melted. And then people in the comments are just lighting them up. Do you not know that this company ships all their stuff with ice packs because they melt very easily? If you ship a meltable, and this person doubled down. They complained that they had a $5.65 item that melted. They wanted the customer why didn't the customer return it? They have free return, or instead of they messed with the customer so much, the customer did a chargeback on a $5.65 item. If it's melted, why do you want it back? Except the fact that, today it's going to be like 84. You're getting to the point. Amazon has already sent out a message saying all meltables need to be out of their warehouse and whatever date it is. See, Harlan. I didn't mean to hit that one, but yeah, it's $5.65. If you can't just refund that and move on, if you have the difficulty, so it does happen. I had a $15 item yesterday that was from a drop shipper that was okay. It's a box of cough drops. Even though the box was damaged, only one of the 12 were damaged, one of the 18. And the drop shipper, I'm like, I'm going to make this, just because they're a damn drop shipper, I'm going to make them go up their hoops. And finally, the person on the end of the phone kept saying, "You've wasted too much time on this. It's $15. I know you wanted to vent, but damn it, hit the refund button." I'm like, all right, damn it. Maybe that person, have somebody you can vent at. Maybe the 565 made them mad. I do get that part. Have somebody talk you off the ledge. I give myself 5 minutes and then that's it.
I mean, I'm with you, Scott. Returns, no, I don't deal with them. I had one, the only one I probably pushed back on really was the other night. I sent a brand new, I bought it from the manufacturer distributor from Hasbro. And he said, after 30 days, it's been opened. I knew damn well it was never open. And there's supposed to be an instruction manual for an action figure. So I said, okay, he's playing games. All right, send that sucker back. And he sent me pictures and there's knife cuts on it and stuff. And I said, I don't understand what you're saying here. Usually I just send it back to me. I'll figure out what I'm going to do with it. And he come back the next morning. It was canceled because he had the wrong buyer. So they do that sometimes. But I knew something was up with that one.
This one, because it was a drop shipper, the drop shipper had to get pictures from the other person to send to me. And so I knew it was my box. I recognized it. It was one of my free boxes I got from Scott. See, Scott's probably not in the chat this morning. He's out riding around. Lag, did you get salt? Did you put salt and pepper on the $530 item? Maybe some hot sauce to make it taste better. That's so Lag will tell you he sells a lot of big high dollar items like that. That means sometimes a high dollar item comes back. It just but have that person that'll talk you off the ledge. Let's see. I don't know how many times I've talked about this. This was the worst weekend in sales. I didn't have any sales. I'm kind of worried. But on a good term, I got some free inventory, lots of free clothes and shoes. How about expanding out? If on eBay, a lot of these things, if you are not a wholesaler, if you're not a mark that specifically, postcards, a little wider, a little more mix of product will allow you not to have a no sales weekend. If you're just then they went on to complain they don't understand why all this tax money and people have got money, why they want to use it on tablets and iPhones instead of buying their used clothes. Well, how about if they got all that free money, or that's the way people treat it. Oh, look, the government gave me free money, and a lot of people are getting free money. Don't get me started on that. But for the most of us, it's not free money. Any dollar I get back from the government, it's just a dollar they took from me already. I've given them $2,000. They go, oh, have $50 back, child. So that's not a refund, folks. For those of you who understand. But if I've got the earned income credit and I'm getting $9,000 for my two kids, and I didn't work anyway, I'm buying them all new clothes. I'm buying. They're gonna buy here, pay here cars. If you don't know that game, they're selling lots of cars right now. the $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. There's a price range that they know if they put a car in that price range and these people got hot money in their pockets, they will sell a bunch of them. So yeah. So go out and when you starting to get your support everybody, go buy yourself some nice used clothes with your free money. Don't buy an iPhone. These things suck. All right, next. eBay shipping glitches. I couldn't believe they wouldn't let me send it media. They said the package was too big. So I took it to the post office and paid retail on media to save the difference from priority. Pirate ship, folks, never pay at the post office. I don't care what it is. Pirate ship, but if you've got an eBay or an Amazon glitch, I had an Amazon one yesterday. One of my DVDs, for some reason, but they would not give it media. Copy paste into a single, then copy paste the tracking back in the Amazon. Done. It was one item. But Beard, how much money did you save? It was a series. It was 15 ounces, so it was $6 and some change first class. it was $3.65 media. Remember, media doesn't. Media is in the pound range, even in the lower range. So an 8 ounce and a 15 ounce are the same media rate. There's no distance on it. So it's $3.65. I didn't go to the post office and go, I paid media at the post office and save a little more. I don't want to wait in line. I don't want to I don't want to bother Jason with ringing up postage and having to do all that. Just print it out on pirate ship, folks. I've been talking about pirate ship since 2016 or 17. Whenever they came out, I've been talking about them since then. Come on, get yourself an account. It's not that difficult. And do page picker 100% right. Put a credit card on there. Put a cashback card. Put a something. Earn points every time you ship. Don't give the advantage to eBay. Oh, but it's so easy with eBay. They're making money on your shipping there too, folks.
So the only thing I can't do on pirate ship is the eBay standard envelope.
Can't do the eBay standard envelope, right?
Now on Etsy you can. If you put 0.25 as one of the measurements, it'll give you. You can pick letter and use that type of thing. But otherwise, I use pirate ship a lot for packages. I don't sell it anymore.
I use it on all the eBay stuff just because it pulls eBay, and the nice thing, if you got 2 eBay accounts, I used to have 2. Well, I still got 2. I don't sell on one of them anymore. If you connect both accounts, which they're both still connected, it'll pull all your data. So if you've got 3, pirate ship will put them, and then I tell pirate ship to put them in order from oldest to newest. And that way, if I've only got a limited amount of time and I need to ship 3 items and I've got 10, I'll get the oldest 3 out first. So, it's
and there's Sack. I see him in all the things. Fart Sack.
Oh yeah.
Can't miss his writing. How you doing, Fart, Mr.
Fart? So here's the last one, and maybe we need to go over this one. Maybe this one is not as easy as I thought it was. I gave a refund, and it gave the customer less money than they paid for it. I did a full refund. It was a $20 item, and they were concerned that the person that they only got $15.37 or whatever it was. No, fees and taxes. It's showing you what you were responsible for paying to the customer. It's not showing you what the customer got back. If you put full refund, the customer got their $20. It just means that you're going to get a refund, or you're going to pay the $15.37. You don't. When you do a refund, they send the taxes and stuff back to your account. So that's what they're doing a net. I thought that was pretty self-explanatory, but if you read it, it tells you that. Do people not read the screen and understand? Yeah, delusional picker, pirate ship for the most part, especially if you're doing priority. It's within a few cents for the most part. The ease for me is I hate bulk shipping. The eBay bulk shipping, I just never have liked it. And I want to get a scan sheet. So it's very easy to get a scan sheet for those items to give to the post office. So that for pirate ship, that's easy for me. And I like the organization of it. And you can go right down the list. I mean, I just like everything about the way it says. People say, "Oh, well, you got to click a couple more times." If you save the packages and have I have media for which I don't know why I do, but I've got first class 4, 8, 12, 15, and so I just pick one of them. The media, I'm gonna erase those and make one today, just so I don't have so many saved packages. But save the package and it jumps right to the pay screen. It's very easy. They do, Larry. They should support this small channel. I should be able to put a pirate ship logo up here somewhere. But therefore I digress. But don't worry about them. If you need supplies or something, make sure you go to Supply Hut. Link in the bottom. use Bearded as your coupon code, save you 5%. They're serious about helping us. Should we take this offer? They want to give me something for $8. It's $9.99, and they want free shipping, and they want it for $8. And they want one of them. Yes, we'll take it. And we're only going to take it because I got boxes of those damn things. I got hundreds of them. It's these things. They're 4 ounce to ship. Actually, it's the skinnier one. It's the one with this one, the thinner one. I just want them gone. I have like 10 boxes in stores. They need to go. Mark, that is a common problem. It does it with my Chinese one as well. I don't know why. Mine is set at scale of 91%. I don't know why it does that. Mine does that too. And I don't have a Rolo. I have a whatever the hell. So it corrected itself, and then something happened and it erased all my printers. And when I put it back, it prints an extra label on the end, so I've had to change it.
You know who that is?
A serial killer.
Farmer Wright, a wrestler?
No clue.
From down south? Someone finally was able to read that. I didn't know what it was.
No, Mark, I don't adjust it every time. It keeps the 91%, so it just stays there. As long as I don't change the label. Tom, I'll sell you whatever. If it's this week, I've sold pads, I've sold tampons, I've sold girdles, panties, bras. If it's out there and it needs to be sold, I'll sell it. I don't care. And I tried to explain that earlier, Tom. You were not participating in that part of the show. You got to sell wide. And I was not being insulting when I said sell wide, because I've got a whole box of 3X. Big girls need love too. Come see my stores. I've got you covered too, because, I just don't look at the size zeros. If I need to go 20s, 24s, I got you. So, yeah, that's terrible. So I have a question. I've noticed some resellers are putting their shipments in poly bags, even though they are in boxes. Does this say? It's called bag in a box or box in a bag. It will save you money on some shipping. And I don't even charge big girls. In my store, I am so sensitive to the fact that when I go to order a t-shirt, if I pick 2X, they want to charge me $2 extra. I charge you the same price here at Zilke's Odds and Ends, Bearded Picker World. So come on, I got you. So Ron, it will, and Pirate Ship has a section for that. The one time I see that the most in is the priority bubble mailer, where they will stick a 9x6x3 is about the best one, biggest box you can stick in there, so that you get priority, that pricing. What do I do about old guys? We're out of luck. Yes, Ron, you put the dimensions of the bag in. That's correct. And you have to do it correctly. Don't get caught. It's the dimensions of the bag when it's laid flat. So if you've got like a number 1 or 0, whatever, the 8.5 by 11, it's 8 by 11. It's not, I shrunk it down to, 8 by 3 by 2. It's because you just need 2 sides and it's laid flat. And then, a lot of people will take my little precious book here. They will put this in an envelope. Well, this will be media, but put this in there, and then they try to make it. Oh, the machine's gonna hurt it. So they instead of it looking like a bag, they'll tuck it all up and tape it all around so it'll be a little square. You can't do that. It's got to look like a bag. And so you would just slide this in and let it be floppy on the edges. I got to be careful with this because it's in a video that I'm currently editing. Should come out in the morning. Anybody want to care to guess? This new sealed. It is a book on DVD. What is the lowest Amazon price? There are 5 sellers. All right, Chad, I'll give you the 20 seconds. You want to guess, Martin?
I have no clue. It's an audio
book?
Yeah,
it's an audio book, 9 CDs.
I have no clue.
All right, we got Fart Sack Jacket, $90. You are wrong. Dole's Warehouse. You are nowhere close. Diane Matthews. Did you look it up? If you did, you smart. The lowest used price is $242. It sells 4 times at a sales rank of 2 million. This thing sells 4 times. There are 4 sellers now. That means somebody has sold one. I picked that joker up for 50 cents. No, wait a minute. Yeah, 50 cents. 50 cents. You know, so don't assume because nobody uses CDs anymore, any of that crazy stuff. There you go. That's why it's over here on the desk, so I don't destroy it.
You might want to up your margins.
Mark, this is not IQ Scout. This is Scout IQ. So this is new should be more fart. You're 100% correct. I need to look at Keepa to see where new went. At a minimum is 250. So this is because I told you the iPhone has so many problems scanning. And I scanned DVDs the other day, and I sent in $2,000 worth of profit. I'm like, maybe I paid the $14 for a little bit. $14 to make my life easy to scan $2,000 in profit. Okay, Scout IQ, you win. So I've got the parameters. Of course, you know this is an easy accept. You know, it makes a different sound if it's accept. Bluetooth scanner connected to this thing. It'll scan any item though. People think, oh, it's just for books and media. It'll pull anything back. What else do I have around here? Oh, let's scan Helsinki. Not found. Damn it. Helsinki. You have a barcode? Nope. You have. I have a. Well, I grabbed another book. What the hell? All right. I know this guy's in there. If you know, you know. So it's going to tell you right there, that little guy. It still tells you the target price, how many offers, and what its sales rank is. 77,000 in toys. So it still gives you information. It just doesn't do their little e-score and all that fun stuff. Did you scan it before for buying it, or because you bought it, it was sealed? Tom, I was in a estate sale and I was sitting in front of it was in the same box or 2 boxes. I was scanning DVDs. And so I scanned it before I bought it. I scanned them all because where's the other one? Because like some of these here, these are never seen these before. Man, yeah.
That was that estate sale, Scott, where you got all those?
Yeah. That one's used $33.95 for 50 cents. That one's $18.96 at 50 cents. So So that's what I was scanning DVDs, and those were there. So I started scanning those aware because when you've got a scanner and something that's so fast, normally the Bluetooth scanner, and it's just so it's extraordinarily fast. It's fast, almost as fast as you can mash the button. It pops up. And then the lady said, "We need all this stuff gone. We got too much stuff here. All the DVDs are free." So you'll see it in the video. I got bags of DVDs. They're all there laid on the floor. So I got some good sealed DVDs, but I just took them all because I had the auction. I'll just run them to the auction for free. What do I got to lose, right?
Yeah, I saw them at the flea market. I saw them for $1 a piece or $6 or $5. The original titles.
Mark. I would not suggest you use something that's $44 a month to scan with. It is $14 a month to use live scanning. You don't need their database where, in case you're in a basement somewhere, and we don't judge. If you're in there with Connie, so be it. Go stay in there with Connie and you need the database. But I don't need the database. And so it's live scanning. It's $14. It's finding that right there, pay for this month, pay for the next 2 months. So these two right here pay for 3 months. That right there paid for the next 2 years. So it's $14 to use the live scanning. So, at $45 a month, I would tell you, man, run away. There's other options.
So in the postcard resellers, we always talk about WorthPoint because WorthPoint is something good for postcards.
Right.
We always look at things, how many postcards did it take to pay for it? So WorthPoint is what, $25 a month? So that's 5 postcards. Once I sell 5 postcards, it just paid for itself. Okay,
so what's the difference, Mark? The Amazon, remember, I've got an iPhone 14 Pro Max, this beautiful, lovely phone. It's a 512. This $1,400 phone. The Amazon app doesn't work worth a crap. I could sit there and do this number. Where's Harlan? Harlan, tell him how bad this phone scans. It scans so bad, I carry a second phone to tag to it, and I use the other phone. Or I bring so dealing with this, even in the app with the scanning button, I still have to touch the screen every time. With Scout IQ, man, y'all gonna make me hook up a scanner. You don't have to touch the screen. It stays on this screen, and I'll scan the next one, and it switches. Mark, can you lag? All right. Can you entertain it for like 10 seconds or 20 seconds? Let me run get the scanner.
Okay. Yeah, I'll tell him a story or something. Mark doesn't watch your videos. So the empty chair there, Scott's going to hunt something down in his cave. Anybody got any questions about postcards? I can do that. If that's for me, Illinois, I live in 55 miles south of Chicago, straight from the Sears Tower. I'm trying I know nothing about sports cards. They come in the lots of the postcards. I have a sports guy I give them to. My best postcard sell ever was that Santa card. I bought it for 28 cents and I sold it for $1,900 within 36 hours. It's a hold to the light Santa and an Uncle Sam suit with the Captain Morgan leg. Didn't know what it was. I knew it was something special, but I didn't know what it was until after researching it, worked with a few friends, and they came back and helped me with it, and it sold.
So speaking of friends, I go inside, and Johnny's still asleep. I guess she took more medicine because she says her ass hurts from falling out of bed still.
Yeah. So no, I don't scan postcards with the sleeve on because you'll get a glare sometimes and they get stuck in the scanner.
All right, so here we go. This is we're gonna move this down.
I've never seen
this is for can you shit. This is a high-tech show, folks. All right, so here's the scanner. I'm not touching it. It disconnected already. The scanner's dead. I didn't have it charged. But you see how I wasn't touching it and it scans, it'll keep going. Damn scanner. I'm probably E-Yo-Yo sponsor this channel. I want to order an E-Yo-Yo. This one, it needs another battery. This scanner I've had since 2016. Shit. This I should have been practicing. All right, so here we go. Why is it? Damn it! Where's the power supply? Anyway, you get my drift. You don't have to touch it. You don't have to do anything. It switches screen. You scan it. My scanner's dead because I used it. I used it yesterday. I was at an estate sale yesterday. They had probably 500 CDs. How do you know which CDs are what? You don't. I just started scanning them. And this same app is Scout IQ. And now I laid the phone on top of the bookshelf, and I'm sitting there with a scanner. The scanner is an Opticon 2006. You don't need it needs a battery. You don't need one. That's a $200 scanner. I bought it back in the day. I actually only paid $50 for it, but they're expensive now. Just get the E-Yo-Yo $30 one. There's one that actually fits on your hand like a ring, and you just squeeze it, and it'll scan every time you squeeze it. That looks like a pretty cool one. Jacob King in the audience has that one and suggested I get that one, and he's a pretty good suggester, so I'll probably give it a shot and let you know. But it's how do you know when to stop? That's a good question. Let's find one of these over here. You heard the noise it was making? That was not an accept. That was you should look at it because it's got more orange. See, it's got more orange. But this was one of my free ones. Used buy box is $18.99 free. Free. It makes a different sound. Remember, here's the accept sound. Because you set up the parameters you want. You know, you want what rank you want, what e-score you want, all that stuff in there. And so I have my Bluetooth headset on. You know, sometimes I'm talking to Dave. A lot of times I'm talking to Dave, but not this time. So I'm listening for that sound. If it makes the clunk clunk, I look at the screen real quick because I've got it laid in front of me. I don't touch it. I just lay it. And I look at it and go, yes or no, real quick, because that one leaves it up to you. And I would have bought that with an e-score of 8. That means it'll sell 8 times at $18.96, and that's the lowest price as well. So, you know, that would have been $1. It would have been $9.15 profit. So, but since it was free, it's full $10.15 profit. So what will I do with these? It's used. I will verify the condition of these real quick. Let's see what it looks like. Perfect. Make sure they're in there, and then I have a sealer. It's got shrink wrap on, or it's got actual shrink wrap. Most of the stuff that you guys call shrink wrap is really stretch wrap. The ones that's on the little rolls or whatever, that is stretch wrap. When you hit it with heat, it doesn't move much. Shrink wrap is what's on your, you know, think about being at the grocery store and you're buying some ground beef. It's got that. That goes through and shrinks down to the ground beef. That is shrink wrap. So I've got a machine that'll manually seal the corners off, and then I hit it with a heat gun. So I went a step farther and bought the bags that are about this size. So I just got to seal one end and then hit it with a gun a little bit. So that, because what'll happen to Amazon, if you send it like this to Amazon, this is what Amazon is going to do. Their employee, you know, the person at the warehouse who can't understand why he sells clothes and has no sales, that person, he's going to do this. He's going to pick it up and go. Yeah, there you go.
Now you're sending all those into
FBA.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys know I've been talking a lot about redoing my business. There's nothing wrong with redoing your business, and I have been shipping a lot. And I listened to a podcast yesterday, and it was with Dan Martell talking about buy back your time. That's the name of his book. I'll talk about it Sunday more, but I'm gonna start reading $2 a month. And he's one of the first on the list. If you've got any good books, that business books and that kind of stuff, books, personal development, and they've meant something to you, put them in the chat. I'm making a list right now, so I'm gonna go at $2 a month minimum. I'll tell you why Sunday. There's a study of. I'll tell you why. There's a study of I've got a study of CEOs and what makes them successful and what successful people do. Most people out of high school, out of college, almost half never read another book for the rest of their life. CEOs and the more successful people read 60 a year. 60 a year. Hey, Derek, NASCAR man, what's up, buddy? So if you got books and lag, surely you're smarter than you lead them on. Surely you read some books. Come on now, help a brother. I know the Green Dragon is not sponsoring this show, but I'd like to go sponsor the Green Dragon because that's some good stuff.
So one of the things with time, Scott, that I talk to people about when they ask me, when I work with people with postcards, I touch postcards 4 times. When I buy it, when I scan it, when I list it, and when I sell it. If you're touching one of these 12 times, you're just threw all your money away. So that's why I tell people try to touch things as less as possible. Buy things that you don't have to touch.
Successful people ride bikes and read books. Okay, and the read books part is probably right. The ride bikes, I might agree with you a little bit if they're riding bikes purely for exercise, because as you'll find out Sunday, join me Sunday for the motivational and personal development show. That's what that one is turned into now. Sunday nights, exercise is one of them. So I'm gonna talk about that. Thinking Fast and Slow book. Okay. If I go looking for this and it ain't there, so I'm starting Audible today. So that Dan Martell's book. So he was on the Graham Cochran podcast yesterday. So if you're looking for that, or it was actually last week's show, but I just listened to it yesterday. Fascinating guy, fascinating story. He's a software engineer, and you look at him and think, man, this man's worth nearly $1 billion or in the billions. He must have had life with a silver spoon. You couldn't be more wrong. He tells you the story of when he was in high school and prison, and he turned his life around in prison. So there you go.
So here's what I read, Scott. This is a neat book.
But that's research for you, though.
It actually, Mary Martin is the biggest postcard store in the country, and she helped write this book. And it actually, if you want to get into postcards, that's one of the books you can get on Amazon, or I've seen them on eBay. I think it was $25. But it kind of reads like a book. It's not like a total reference.
All right, Daniel. Okay, so my goal is going to be to. I know I have sleep apnea. If I sit down to read a book, I'll read slower, or I'll fall asleep. I'll do those kind of things. I'll get distracted with my ADD. But I'm out here in the building doing something all the time. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm doing. Okay, Harlan, I'm not listening to 50 Shades of Grey for you. So I'm trying to really, you can't create more time. We all get the same 24 hours in a day, however many seconds and minutes that's it. But, can you take advantage of the time? Do I need to I will listen to some music just to break it up, but I can listen to books and do things when I'm in a car, when I'm sourcing. I actually did that Monday after Van Massey. I went up into Tennessee buying some stuff, and I did listen to a book when I was up there. When I was driving around, I was in the car for 5 hours, so I did listen to a book. Why does Scott Margolis? He's a seller, right? I think I've met him. Amazon Play Action. There was one I missed. Come on, I'll practice. All right, so the books, on top of the books, those I'll show you guys my reading list as I make it. You know, I'm gonna keep that as a blog, a blog post on the website. So, but so far I've got a book that Dan Martell, he said he was an introvert, and he said one of the books that really helped him was a book written Never Eat Alone. So I don't know who the author is, Never Eat Alone. So I'm gonna do that. And then his book, Buyback Time. And then he also said he or Graham suggested You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor. So those are the three I've got. Good to great. Man, I appreciate this. It really gives. And no, John's not on this morning. I don't have any idea where John is. But I will. I'm going to call him this morning and say, all the books that you've read, because John's a voracious reader. Do you mind sending me a list? I'll never go back and look at the chat. So I'm just writing these down. Because I truly believe we don't do enough to take advantage of changing the way we think and the way we do things. And so you watch me instead of reading. You don't have to be a reader. Audible is $15 a month. That's affordable. They'll give you a free month. If you hate it, cancel by set a reminder in your phone. If you didn't use it, undo it. Didn't cost you anything. It's so Derek says he loves Audible on his phone or on the road. That's exactly what I plan to do, Derek. I'm sure there's a MacBook app, and I'll use the MacBook because I've got a speaker attached to the computer over there.
Mr. Sadie says when he reads, it hurts his head.
That's why you listen to a book. So in the Thomas Edison book, is it going to tell the story about how he stole all his ideas from
and killed the elephant
from Tesla? Is he going to talk about that? Everything I knew I stole from Tesla. Is that the name of his book? Gateway Pickers. You're right. That's why I'm gonna listen to books. Lag says nope. Damn it. But it's important, folks. The one thing that's been going through my mind since a conversation Harlan and I had, where he said that something he was listening to said if you want to change things, real change, you got to make yourself uncomfortable. You got to, and that thought has stuck with me. I mean, it bounces around in the cobwebs of my brain to understand. So Victoria uses Scribe. It's $11.99. So there you go. Victoria just saved you $3 a month. Uh, like if you only believe they were direct competitors, Edison was not the nicest of people. When I'm that's funny, but you've got to. What are you doing to improve the way you think, improve the way your ideas, person, and to make use of, the one thing that's been really, so as I've been listening to some podcast stuff, they a lot of times, a lot of these things, they use diets as an example. And how many diets have I failed at? Quite a few. And they talk about the reasons. Several people talked about reasons why diets don't work and all these things. And it truly makes you think. That's the easiest one for me to talk to people about is I've tried diets 100, 200 times, whatever. Start, stop, start, stop. So what makes people successful, and what makes people successful in anything in life? You got to change habits. You've got to change the way you do things. Hot damn! I showed that on a show the other morning, and I just sold it. Do y'all remember when I showed y'all the Milwaukee ratcheting screwdriver? Was that on the night show? This guy. I found that when I was cleaning out boxes in the garage that I had moved. I bought this in Wilmington. So we've been here since 2016. I was the only one on Amazon with one. I listed it for, oh hell.
Kevin Commonwealth Pickers here, Scott. He wants a link to Supply Hut.
Yeah, Commonwealth. Make sure you use Bearded. My link's in the chat below. Don't use Trash to Cash. Don't use Commonwealth. Make sure you use Bearded so I get credit for it. I'm just a small channel, small guy. I can't compete with. You're a marketing machine, dude. Kevin, I'm impressed. Everything I see you do, man. You've got like the golden. You should be like the golden touch picker. Everything you touch turns to gold, dude. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, I'll tell everybody over and over, VHS tapes suck. They're 1 in a million. Unless you go watch Kevin's show, his second channel where he shows you what he sold, and he's freaking selling VHS tapes like nobody else can. Everybody else has death piles full of VHS tapes. Here's Kevin, just he's the freaking man. All right, so there's what we got for the screwdriver. 80 freaking dollars for that screwdriver. Okay, so now what should I do? I've showed y'all this screwdriver. What good does this do to show you? How could you find one of these? If Rake and Profit stopped by Sunday night, good fella. He would tell you, why are you not checking eBay to see how much these are, and can you find, and what's the difference from an eBay price to an Amazon price? Can you make money? There you go. That's your hint today. And it's a Milwaukee. It's got a number on it.
That's one of the things you found in one of your boxes that you had.
My garage. In my garage, I moved it from North Carolina to here. I hadn't been in the box since then.
Time capsule.
I threw away cans of food. One of the boxes got shoved over there, and we didn't realize it. I had canned food that expired in 16 and 17. I had to throw it all. One day I will make this building look like Kevin's building. That's really the thing that makes me so mad about watching Commonwealth Picker is that freaking building is so immaculate. I'm so jealous of his organization and the way that building is, and he just turns the camera on because he knows it's perfect every time. It's freaking awesome, dude. Yeah, that's Scott's tip of the day. That's it, Tom. that should be the thing. You see a lot of these Amazon sellers and go, you know what? Where can I get some of that stuff? You know, there's a flip from eBay to Amazon. Mr. Milwaukee is a coveted brand. It is anything you pick up with Milwaukee is worth money. That's right, Taylor. That's my business plan right there. Is I will make my own antiques. I don't have to find antiques. I make antiques. I'm gonna be that one that they're gonna come to my estate sale and everybody's gonna go, "Holy shit! What was this guy thinking? Look at all this great stuff." So, but I appreciate all the suggestions on books. I really do. So I'll make a list and I'll update it on I'll keep it updated on Facebook and all the ones I'm gonna read. And as I find more, which I know I'll find quite a few more because John's gonna give me a huge list, I'm sure. I will add to it. So if you guys want something that just, I'm telling you, personal development. If you're not, so I'll give you one more sneak peek that we're going to talk about Sunday night. We're talk about goals again. I talk about goals a lot. I don't do anything about them because half the time I don't listen to my own self, which is it's a shame. I should give myself one of these. So they did a study at Harvard. It was in the late 70s. They tracked a Harvard graduating class. And I'll get the details. I listened to this in the podcast yesterday. 3% of people in that graduating class wrote their goals down and tracked their goals and worked towards their goals. The other 97% did not. So what were the results? If you take the combined total of wealth of the 97%, the 3% were 10 times more than the combined 97. Understand that, folks, how important these things are to tracking and writing them down. These are written down goals. So, you know, I'm currently building a vision board here, something this absolutely talked about a lot, you know, a lot of positive projection. You know, see pictures of exactly what it is you're working for, where it is you aspire to be. It is powerful. I've got the words written down, and now I'm going to download pictures and print out pictures today or find pictures to remind me. That's a green screen. But if it's a green screen, how does he walk over to the shelf? Does he walk through the green screen? I don't know. And it's fascinating because if you watch his videos of sourcing, he buys a ton. So to keep it all organized like that too, it's absolutely amazing. I wish I had that ability. But you know, you do things that help yourself. Do things, personal development. There's plenty of videos and stuff out there on making vision boards and why they're so important. Lag, you live in the demented world, buddy. It might be as bad as mine. That's terrible. Roman, what's up, man? Good morning. But it's, you know, if you don't change over time and change what you're doing, you know, the problem I see with most people, and I've been in the same boat, is you do the same things over and over, expecting change. And not only do you get what you've always got, but most of the time, because everything else has changed around you, you slowly get less. You know, it's a hard thing. It's a hard concept for people, you know, because I think that's the big lie. If you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always got. And a lot of people are happy with that. You know, I'm happy with where I am and what I'm doing. The problem is if you don't change and everything that you're in the environment you're in is changing around you. Can y'all hear that? Did y'all hear Phoebe howling? She's howling at the dogs next door to make them come out and bark at her. If you don't change some and you expect to do the same things over and over, I'm telling you, you're falling behind every year and you wonder why my sales aren't as good as last year. Well, there's things that you're not taking advantage of this year that didn't exist last year that everybody else around you is taking advantage of it. For a perfect example is promoted listings. Look at the numbers on promoted listings. Do I like paying eBay more? No. But do I like the fact that I will sell before other people and so if you don't promote listings on most items, there are some items that don't need it. If you got a one-off, if you've got, a highly competitive item that's going to sell very, very quick, or postcards, something people are specifically looking for, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter from art if you're looking for a postcard of a horny toad, somebody's going to promote a listing of a postcard of Cincinnati. They don't care. They're looking for the horny toad.
I got a few promoted, but the biggest thing I think with postcards and the niche stuff is followers to your store, your repeat buyers. So if you can build that up, but I don't promote a lot because there's 9 million postcards out there. It's a race to the top.
There's a reason why when you go look at your news on your phone, if you're an Amazon seller, and understand everything Amazon is pushing at you is how to use their ads and advertising, because it's the same deal with eBay. If you want to be moving up in search and you want to be very effective and make the most free dollar, if John was here, he would tell you over and over, he has taught himself pay-per-click. He's extraordinarily good at it. And you need to understand that in order to, if you're going to be a person that creates listings, sure, Kristen can teach you how to do it organically, and that's true. But for a lot of people, to go the other way, pay-per-click is an easier teach if you've got employees and stuff. It's there's so much that changes every single. And speaking of changes, I think eBay has actually changed something on promoted listings. Did they go up on the price or something? Or something?
Yeah, I've read different things. It's something about the way they're clicking it, and you can get. And if someone favorites something now and they buy something, it's a little confusing.
Yeah, I saw that Rockstar had put a video out yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to watch it. I'll watch it this morning. If I want to know something about eBay, he's generally the person.
John put something out too from Flipping Ain't Easy, and I haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, Rockstar is usually pretty damn quick, so I'll generally catch what Rockstar had to say about it.
Yeah. So promoted listings, a lot of people have good success with it, and even end and relist and stuff. I don't do all that because I'm selling what I need to sell, but it's in my back pocket. If I quit selling what I need to sell, I have other tools I can use. But I just don't. I'm not going to end and relist 40,000 things.
So the Flipping Sports guy says the promoted click will stick for 30 days. So what was it before? Because I can understand if they. So what's the benefit to the seller? Is it because if it's just costing us money because they clicked on it and then 2 weeks later they go, oh yeah, I want that, and they buy it, and they
So Scott, when you list something, do you promote it at trending, or do you add to it, or do you just do 2%?
Generally just trending.
Okay. Some people have seen done like 10% over trending, and I'm sitting there. That's a lot.
So that's the absolute problem with eBay. How much punishment can the sellers take? No benefits to the seller whatsoever.
Yeah. I work on pennies. I mean, the margins for the average postcards is dimes,
Baby, shut the hell up.
Uh-oh.
She's sitting on the porch, staring at the neighbor's yard, howling at the neighbor's yard. Like, what the hell? Mark, it depends on is it a big enough difference in an eBay to Amazon? If it's one item, can you get more than one item? Do you have in the future any plans to sell it? Because remember, you got to find a vendor that'll sell you 10 of an item. So is it worth your trouble? Can you find 10 items you can make money on? Can you find 10 of the same one you've got, and now you've got 11? It depends. It's very. Think about your future, and is it a brand that you? Is it something? Is a brand that you find stuff frequently and go, man, it would be nice if I could sell this, even though I've only got one now. I've seen them in the past. I expect to see lots more. Then yes. If it's just a one-off and you've never seen it, and throw it on eBay, don't waste your time. Damn it, Phoebe. She's on crack, by the way.
And how eBay sent that out, Scott, was like a little message to the box that says our marketing thing agreement or whatever is changing. I just deleted it because I don't look at all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't either.
Right before hey, you're approved for $50,000. Come get our money, but we'll, a loan, all that crap that comes in.
So Diamond says it's currently 30 days. The difference, once somebody clicks on a promoted, all other items promoted will incur a fee if purchased.
That's where it sounds confusing.
Yeah, that does. I'll watch this video. I'll go read.
Even reading, I read the email real quick, but even reading it was kind of like, okay. And somebody said that some of the YouTubers got it wrong.
Right.
I'm waiting for the smoke to settle. And
so Mark says it's 40 versus 8. It's like 40 versus 80. But still, though, is it worth your time and effort? Are you going to find any more? Are you going to find any more of the brand? Still $40 is not, to me, is it, say you've got to spend $200 to get ungated, $20 an item. Is it worth, you outlaying $200, even if you break even on the 200 to make 40, an extra 40, Amazon's got bigger fees. And so it's really not a $40 difference. It's probably closer to 35, 36. Is it worth $36, or you just take what you got and move on? You got to look at it. I don't like selling Microsoft on Amazon. I don't like. There are certain brands I don't care for. You're asking for that kind of stuff. You're asking for. I had problem with the keys. I had this, I had that. You're asking for trouble. Unless it's like keyboards and physical stuff like that, I'm happy on eBay. It would be nice if eBay had a YouTube channel like Amazon that explained it for you. Amazon would have already made a video and put it out and put it in 5th grade level so I could understand it. Amazon is amazing, but it has its limits. It absolutely has its limits.
Now, you still sell more on Amazon than eBay, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Steve's the one that went to eBay and not as much Amazon.
I have not used Seller app. Tons of people do use it and talk about it a lot. And I almost did, and until I took something else. And let's see. It gives about the same information. I started using from ASINs. I started using AZ Insight. It has a scanning app that goes with it as well. So I chose to use AZ Insight 8 from ASINs for the next year. So is the other postcard seller the person that found you?
Dawn is in about every chat. I think she has like 50 TVs or computers, and she's in every chat. She's from Canada, and she is on the grid. So nothing against Canada.
Yeah, Mark ain't hide. So Parker's postcard sold you out. So there you go. So at least you know who
that's Cameron from Gravity Goods. His post. He's actually bought a big lot like I did, and he's doing well with it. And he's selling some good high price cards from it. Don sells a lot of print ads and a lot of different stuff too. They're all doing well.
So the one thing I would tell you about Seller Amp is I'm sure they have a 14 or a 30-day trial period. You know, if you're thinking seriously about it, have a plan to take advantage of the trial period. Try out everything their app offers and how it affects your business. Just AZ Insights, there's 3 or 4 of us using it. I just it has a scanning app as well. So that was, I don't know if Seller Amp has a scanning app. I think they do, but you know, because the 3 or 4 people I talk to a lot are using the other one, I steered away from Seller Amp. Not anything to do with Seller Amp, just the fact that I was going to stay with the people that are. So if I'm talking to Dave, we're seeing a lot of the same stuff. We're not.
It looked like the whole gang followed him here. Ben's here.
It's
divisions.
AZ Insights by Asen Zen. Dawn has it right. AZ Insights by Asen Zen.
Yep.
Yeah, your whole Discord's over here.
Yeah, stalkers, the paparazzi.
Mark's a good guy to follow, man. He don't make the mistake again talking about postcards because we'll be here a while.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're my crew. No. We got a little stuff. We talk all the time. There's a bunch of us, a little niche of people, and we all help each other out. That's how it helped me with that Santa card. Is Connie, one of the people, turned me on to one in Worth Point, and I went and researched it and got more money, like $1,900 worth of it.
Morning.
Harlan's actually at work. Good morning.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So, Mark, how many times have I talked about that? I mean, people in the chat are probably tired of me hearing. You need to find a group of people. You know, the farther away you live, probably the better. You know, the internet is so easy to communicate back and forth. You're much stronger like I told you yesterday, I call one of the people I talk to all the time to bitch about something that I'm like, I knew I just needed to refund this stupid thing and move on, but I wanted to have so much fun with this guy, make him jump the hoops. Hit the button, damn it. You're done. I'm like, all right, damn it. It could cause nothing but heartache and pain. Yeah. Just go ahead and cut your life. But it's nice that, you know, don't put it on Facebook. Give yourself 5 minutes. You know, have people that, you know, you find something. You know, I got a text from Scott C about an item that we both sell, and he's like, "Yeah, they said it's coming back in stock, so be careful about how many you buy, because I've got it lined up where I can go find 50 or 60 more of these things, and they're slow selling. So, or slow, I mean a couple 3 a day, but if you're going to buy 50 and they're coming back in stock everywhere, you start. They're not a big buy, so it's not a ton of money risk, but it's 4 to 5 hours to go get the things. So when you start adding your time, what it took you to get over there, and if you don't put gas into it, everybody and their brother on the internet will crucify you because you didn't calculate the $2.78 a gallon gas here in Alabama. But the thing people, so what's different about a trip that started the last time? If I'm on a 5-hour sourcing trip with all those stops, you know, that's now reading a book to me. You know what I mean? I can now, that time is, you know, oh, you spend so much time on the road. But if I'm doing personal development by reading a book like I did the other day, it really adds to the value of your day. So you got to change the way you think. So here's a good example. yesterday, in all my greatness, I'll tell you another screw up. I thought the estate sale started at 9, so I get there at 8:30 and it starts at 10. And I'm sitting in the van thinking, man, I could have been at home walking the neighborhood, getting my exercise out for the day. And the light bulb went on. I'm like, why do I have to be at home? This is a perfectly good neighborhood to go wandering around in. I've got an hour because once I got my number at 8, at 9, I still have till 10. And so for the next 45 minutes, I'm walking all through their neighborhood. What difference does it make? Where you know, when you start doing things, it changes the way you've got to allow yourself to change. So in this week alone, I've listened to a book, which I haven't done in forever, as I was sourcing, and now I've played exercise while I'm waiting for an estate sale. It's amazing though. Instead of just somebody else goes, man, I'm going to get some breakfast. I'm going to get a biscuit. I'm like, yeah, I don't do carbs right now. I'll just walk around the neighborhood while you're gone.
It's almost like, who is this guy?
I know, right? Yeah, Larry, I remember that guy. RB3, I remember him. But it's no Parker's Postcard. It's 100%. I've not been that guy. I've not been the one that. How efficiently can you use time? You know, you can't make any more of it. Take every advantage of what you've got. I can't tell you how much time I've wasted sitting in a car, sitting around doing whatever, waiting for an estate sale when I should have been out working on walking and working on this so-called new next diet that I'm on now, so that it can be. How do you affect change for permanent? You've got to make it a lifestyle. You know, change the way you think. You've got an extra hour while you're just sitting here. You know, listen to a book. Do the things that further make you a better person for moving forward. Somebody better to deal with change. It's a great time. Instead of sitting there listening to the radio, play it on your phone. It's a good time to do networking. That's a good time to reach out and talk to some of the friends that are in your inner circle. Add value for every minute. That's the one thing that's really been focusing on. No to you provisions. I am currently 17 or 18 down since January 2nd. This is a lifestyle change, not a resolution. So I started on the 2nd.
I think lag spelled C wrong. I think his is supposed to be SEE. There you go. Seafood. It said SEA. Just take class.
Hey, I think I'm not even gonna say it. I'm gonna be good. Remind Harlan of this joke.
What?
What lag eats?
Oh yeah.
Actually, I don't eat seafood at all. So there you go. If it swims,
I do.
No shrimp.
Especially when we have seafood day here at work. You gotta eat seafood. Shrimp.
I just came back on shrimp. Shrimp, it's not a lot of the taste, it's the texture. It almost feels gritty. I don't know what it is.
You ain't had no good shrimp. Good old shrimp.
Maybe it's I've been eating shrimp and not scrimp.
You gotta have that shrimp.
Don't thank you. Just get started to go. I'm not quite halfway. I want to get down. Probably 185 is probably the right weight. So vintage memory, same thing here. It's the one thing, and it's the very little sugar is what it is, because if you want to call it keto, it's the sugar for me, and it might be for other folks. The inflammation that it causes, and I have a lot of aches and pains as I'm getting a bit old. I'm almost as old as Tom and Mr. Sadie. That's terrible. I'm catching up with Tom, Todd, and Mr. Sadie, which is man, I'm almost going to have to go eat breakfast at Hardee's with those guys. It's going to be terrible. But the less sugar, the less inflammation, the less aches and pains. It truly, I don't understand why I can't really convince myself that this has got to be permanent, because I feel so much better without the sugar. For those of you who have never done a low sugar where you cut out these sugars, it is amazing. The aches and pains that go away.
Where's Connie at when you say you need some sugar?
Yeah, Connie would be your girl.
No.
Yeah, of all those, she's not around anywhere because with all those comments in the chat, and she didn't show up. And
I know. So who's missing? Who hasn't posted today? Got to do the process of elimination.
So, so diabetic. They told me that I was pre-diabetic, and I'm like, yeah, both grandfathers were diabetic. I'm not going that route. I will cut out sugar today to keep my A1C in the fives than I will be to go and have to stick myself and do all that craziness. I'm done with all that. Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe toys are the best ever.
Yeah, my brother has a huge G.I. Joe collection, and that's the last thing that my sister-in-law wants to tackle after we go through all his other stuff. He had a lot of G.I. Joe, a lot of the smaller, not the 12-inch, the older, but he did a lot of on card figures and stuff. So,
and he's got tons of loose stuff that's got like the guns and all that, because he'd show us stuff that he found in bags. He go, man, this gun, it goes to so and so, and it's worth this.
Oh, he knew his G.I. Joe stuff. He sure did.
I bought three storage units one time of all that G.I. Joe stuff. Wow. And I filled a big, huge storage unit, and it took me about 6 months to get it organized and about a year to sell it all. But it was like, 400 of those big planes, those big things. People are just buying it like crazy. The newer 12-inch stuff like that doesn't do well. Action Team, the AT little circle thing, those always do well.
So midlife picker, at some point I'm gonna cut those out. I'm just not quite there yet. Harlan's a bad influence on drinking sodas.
No, I don't drink a lot of sodas.
And as is that a water in your hand?
No, this is for my soldering iron. No, I had my sparkling water this morning. No
Pepsi today?
No, I quit drinking Pepsi. I haven't drank sweet teas. See, I drank water yesterday. You saw I drank water.
No Pepsi since Sunday.
Pepsi and sweet tea, I would get back down to where I need to be. I did good before I went to Vegas.
Yep.
I was at 192, 3, somewhere there. I got down to 182. That's about where I need to be. And then I went to Vegas, and it all fell apart. So I got to get back because my A1C was 6.6.
Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. The only thing I'm doing the 11th and 12th, whatever that is, the Peaches to Beaches. But other than that, I don't have any plans for the 16th through the 22nd. I'll be right here. So the one thing I will tell you is I'm trying to reduce. So for every soda, so this Coke, I had a coffee, then the Coke Zero. The next drink I have to drink is water. So for every other drink is a water, which has made a difference. So it cuts it down by It cuts it in half anyway. I didn't go not going cold turkey on the Coke Zero, but half.
Vegas will do that. It does it so bad that Greg moved there. He says, I got this. Let's move to Vegas.
All right, Felix. I'm supposed to be the conspiracy theorist, not you. I drink Coke because my dad drank Pepsi, and I don't like Pepsi because I was being, I don't know. And now I can't stand Pepsi.
See, I'm a Pepsi guy. I don't like Coke.
Even though where I grew up was like 40 minutes from where they invented Pepsi and all that stuff, man, the hell with Pepsi.
Come on now. The hell with Pepsi? What you talking about? Depends where the water comes from. Some places right now, the water ain't that great.
Correct.
Somebody mentioned it earlier in here. Was Ohio?
Yeah, Ohio. Yeah, I can see where Vegas will be tough, and especially too with the invention of the crazy internet sensation that is Keith Lee. Yeah, I would be going to everywhere he said was good food, and that would be a struggle. Because he finds some cool places in Vegas that the food looks just outstanding. So, fun fact there, baseball 755. I've been on the road and needed to clean the terminals on the battery. It's amazing what Diet Coke will do to acid on your battery terminals.
That's any kind of soda. That should be something we're like, oh, I shouldn't be drinking that, but then we're like,
That's what I think. I'm like, I wonder what that does to my insides.
One more swig. Speaking of swig, guess what we're having today?
Is it margarita day?
Close. Pina coladas and damn, what's the milkshake thing I drink here?
Oh, mudslide?
Bushwhacker.
Bushwhacker.
Might get ugly here in a little bit, but I got to leave early, so I can't.
Can I tell you your secret?
Do what?
Can I tell you your secret?
Do
I called Harlan one day last week, and I'm like, man, are you still at work? He goes, yeah, I'm still too drunk to leave. He's like, I don't feel safe driving. I've had a couple of drinks. I don't feel safe driving. I need another hour.
They came to me and they said, do you want a margarita? And I said, yeah. And it's like, do you want regular or watermelon? It's like, I'm going to try watermelon. Well, I drank it, and that's like, I shouldn't feel like this after one margarita. I went back there and I said, how much alcohol are you putting in here? She goes, just a 1 4-ounce shot. I'm like, that's 3 shots. What are you talking about? Just 1 4-ounce shot. So after the second one that I had, we had a barbecue out back, and it was a rough day. Wasn't a lot getting done that day. So.
Yeah, Felix. Who sits? So either go to the beach or make you a drink. Coconut is just, it should only be used to wax your car. Even if you've got somebody out waxing your Lambo or something, or if you're going to put it on you for sunscreen, that's all coconut should be used for. Coconut is not to be eaten in drinks. That shit's nasty. Yeah, the scary thing is he made the second one. he made the second drink that was just as strong.
It was ridiculous. I had to try it and see.
Yeah, what'd you say? You found that king cake vodka or whatever it was you were drinking?
Yeah, they had king cake flavored vodka. So I mean, you had to drink that, right?
Man, if I was on a desert island and the only thing there were coconuts, I'd just go ahead and I just gonna coconuts and fish. I'd never make it on a desert island. I'd be dead.
Coconut is meant to be rubbed on the people at the beach, right? Coconut. Rub on the coconut.
You know, if I'm stuck on the desert island and I'm stuck with coconuts and fish and I can't get Uber to come, I'm probably done for. We close to 10 o'clock yet? Yeah. That's ice cream everybody was made with coconut. I will have to take your word on that because I will not be the one eating it. Hey, but that makes the world go around. Everybody likes something different. I don't drink margaritas either because I don't like tequila. So there you go.
It's terrible.
But I'd have done the king cake vodka though. Winning. All right. Anybody got any more questions or any more suggestions on books to add to my list before I start making the list real quick?
I've already told you about the corporate 500 dude. You got to read that book.
Corporate 500.
Yeah, the girl in the corporate 500, 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh shit. Y'all see what I put up with?
It's about this guy, billionaire. He's teaching this girl about business. Business.
You mean giving her the business? He's not teaching her about business. He's giving her the business. I see where you got confused. That's close.
And I didn't read that book either. So sorry.
Yeah, and
Throw that out there.
you might as well wait for that to come out on DVD so you can make sure you understand exactly what he's trying to teach.
That came out on DVD? What? Unbelievable.
Felix, did you bump your head or something this morning? What part of I hate coconut do you not understand? Yeah, DePage Speaker said it. That's what he learned about safe words in a secret room.
The safe word is coconut.
That reminds me of probably my favorite TikTok I've seen. With that dude, the dude running around. What's your safe word? My safe word is, what did he say? His safe word is pineapple or some crazy shit. I can't be the only one that's seen this guy.
Have not seen him.
You about to?
Finds of 2022 was this vintage.
All right. Are you ready, Harlan?
You fast, bro, but you ain't fast on dog. I'm a feminist. That's what you know. You ain't get me. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's tiring. I'm hot. Don't taste me. That shit just stings. My safe word is pineapple juice. Put your hands behind your back. Fall down. It's warm. Stay just like that. Cross your ankles. Ooh. Cross your ankles. You don't take pictures? Stay just like that. You feel me? Bring your ankles up to your butt. Slut man, what's my safe word? Bring your ankles up to your butt. That's how far I go. You think I'm at Pilates? Stay just like that. I think I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm out of breath. What you doing? Ooh, oh, that's cute. Stay just like that. Stick this hand up. No, let's take a pineapple. I like pineapple. Watch your hands, boy. That's my, don't do that. That's my lighter. It don't work. Don't do drugs, kids. Those are my quarters. You want to put those in your pocket? That is change. You know how long it took me to acquire those? Some of those are limited edition. Well, that's my flash drive. Don't look at it unless you want to see Big D. I love it. You have no. And watch your fingers.
Oh my god, that's something. That's like a big for a TV show or something.
Put it all together. Hey, real talk though. Every strong man got a sensitive side. Like doing the weird shit. What's your safe word? You're gonna untie him. Gosh.
Oh my
You need
god.
help for you. But here's the thing. With these boots, they're sensitive. Limited edition. You gonna drag me down the highway?
Mm.
Hey, real talk though. In my car, I got snacks. Would you mind getting my snacks for me? Huh? No. Ooh. Stand up. You said don't stand up. Stand up. Hey, you gotta be so aggressive. Ooh. Button first. Get your legs in. Remember what I said?
It has to be a TV show.
Pineapple juice.
There's too much comedy for that. For somebody going to jail.
I think it was he's a bounty hunter, or it wasn't a police officer. He's a bounty hunter or something.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's hilarious.
pineapple juice. What's your safe word?
Hey, Scott, I don't know if I ever showed these to you. They're a deck of cards.
Right.
Look at the name on it.
Nintendo.
Interesting.
Look up Nintendo cards. They're sealed. They come with the Japanese instructions, and it's got the stamp on the back. I got them at an auction because I saw the word Nintendo on them. They started out making cards, but I can't find that pattern. I can find all the other patterns, but this one I haven't been able to find to what it's worth.
You need one of these video game fanatics to tell you what that's worth.
Yeah. But I thought I never knew they did cards. I never knew they did that.
So, like I said, we finally saw a picture of him. That was him getting arrested.
If you can't find it on eBay, it's probably not worth nothing. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, but he's got worth point. You can't find it on worth point either.
I can find the cards, but not this pattern.
So, what are the other cards worth then besides that one?
Oh shit! I have to go back and look to make sure I say it right.
What?
Uh,
Is there anybody in the chat that knows what these things are worth?
I was at an auction one time, and this guy was looking at some kind of tool, and he goes, he's about 80. He goes, I've never seen one of them. Tough. Must not be worth nothing then. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works.
That's definitely not how that works.
Probably one of a kind. Let's throw it away.
Just follow him around. What else have you not seen before?
Yeah. What else isn't worth anything?
yeah, putting Nintendo cards is not going to be the best search. It's been a while since I looked them up. There's some out there. The early ones are worth a lot of money. I don't think I have that.
All right. So, everybody, so when we see you Sunday night, make sure you got a safe word.
Pineapple juice.
Pineapple juice. Yeah, there's several of them. There's a couple of them that don't show the cop. You just hear that fool running around. It is. Yeah, what's he call it? Hey there, booty hole man. Yeah, if it's one of a kind, yeah, throw it up. If you can't find what it is, find the most expensive one and then put that one more.
Yeah, they've been sitting over there for about 6 months now, so. Or they're sitting here now.
Collected dust. should be collecting greenbacks. What the?
Upside
I
down.
got this with that lot also. It's a Walking Dead 9/8 thing
Right.
worth about $20. It's already
They
slabbed.
paid more than $20 to have it graded.
Yeah, CGC. So I've never graded anything, but that came with the Nintendo cards, and looked in the box, and I grabbed these two things out, and got some other. It came with postcards and stuff.
It's time to ship my screwdrivers.
Screw that.
Keep the screwdrivers are $80. $80.
$80.
Chad said there's a deck list for just under 15,000, so sell some to that one. See, look, you made $15,000 just by showing up today. Congratulations.
Amazing.
So next week, once he sells his $15,000 card, he's gonna sponsor the show next week.
Yes.
That'll be the Reseller Report sponsored by SMP Postcards.
You get a postcard. You get a postcard. You get a postcard.
Show moves better with Steve. He's got more important things to do. He's got to get his wife a driver's license. What the hell? That's so great. They don't send out any reminders. Did they send out reminders in this state either? I don't know if they do or not.
They do not. They used to.
Well, Larry said he was going to give you 10 grand for it. He can't do 15, so he's out.
He's out.
It's like Shark Tank. He's out. Well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Thanks for the book suggestions. Enjoy Wednesday as always. All the craziness that I got at the estate sale, I'll have that video out tomorrow, so y'all can check out all the DVDs and all that stuff.
What is Sweetwater? Sweetwater out. I said it, Mr. Say. What is that?
That's Steve. Steve is the Sweetwater legend.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody
Never
deemed
knew.
him that. Somebody gave him that nickname, Sweetwater Legend. So he's Sweetwater out. Roll Tide.
Bigfoot out.
Yeah, you Auburn fans know what that is. They're going to stamp it across your ass tonight. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.